Dear viewers, in this episode we will be discussing the National Investigation Agency in the following structure. We will begin with an introduction, then goals of the National Investigation Agency, followed by need and works of National Investigation Agency, recent amendments done in agency in 2019, then issues with the agency, and we will end with way forward. So let's begin with a brief introduction of the National Investigation Agency. The National Investigation Agency or NIA was constituted under the National Investigation Agency Act 2008. It is a central agency investigating and prosecuting offences affecting India's sovereignty, security and integrity against atomic and nuclear facilities, smuggling in high-quality counterfeit Indian currency. It implements international treaties, agreements, conventions and resolutions of the United Nations, its agencies and other international organizations. Its objective is also to combat terror in India and acts as the central counter-terrorism law enforcement agency. It has its headquarters in New Delhi and branches in Hyderabad, Guwahati, Kochi, Lucknow, Mumbai, Kolkata, Raipur and Jammu. Now looking at the goals of National Investigation Agency. It aims to execute in-depth professional investigation of scheduled offences using the latest scientific methods of investigation. The schedule to the Act specifies a list of offences that are to be investigated and prosecuted by the National Investigation Agency. These include offences under Acts such as the Atomic Energy Act 1962 and the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967. Uphold the Constitution of India and laws of the land. Maintain professional and cordial relations with the governments of states and union territories and other law enforcement agencies. Protect the human rights and dignity of the individual. Let's understand the need and works of the National Investigation Agency. The agency at the central level was created to investigate offences related to terrorism and certain other acts post-2008 Mumbai terror attacks. The amendments to the NIA Act in 2019 has brought the offences related to the smuggling in high-quality counterfeit Indian currency under the definition of a terrorist act. To curb various aspects of terrorist financing, a terror funding and fake currency cell has been created. The cell maintains a database of terror financing and cases of fake Indian currency notes. It also conducts a part investigation into terror financing aspects of regular cases, verifications of bank accounts of the suspects that are linked with Naxalite groups. An exclusive left-wing extremism or LWE cell effectively deals with cases related to terror financing aspects of Naxalite groups. Now let's have a look at some of the recent amendments done in 2019 that amended the Act of 2008. It allows the NIA to investigate the following additional offences like human trafficking, offences related to counterfeit currency or banknotes, manufacture or sale of prohibited arms, cyber terrorism, and offences under the Explosive Substances Act 1908. In terms of their jurisdiction, the officers of the NIA have the same powers as other police officers in relation to the investigation, and they have the power to investigate scheduled offences committed outside India, subject to international treaties and domestic laws of other countries. The central government may direct the NIA to investigate such cases as if the offence has been committed in India, and the special court in New Delhi will have jurisdiction over these cases. The central government for the trial of scheduled offences constitutes one or more special courts under Section 11 and 22 of the NIA Act 2008. Composition of special court shall be presided over by a judge to be appointed by the central government on the recommendation of Chief Justice of the High Court, and if the required, central government may appoint additional judges on the recommendation of the Chief Justice of the High Court. Jurisdictions of special courts have all powers of the Court of Sessions under the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973. Where any question arises as to the jurisdiction of any special court, it shall be referred to the central government, whose decision in the matter shall be final. There are some of the issues related to the National Investigation Agency, like there is an overlap of jurisdiction. For example, under Schedule 7th of the Constitution, the maintenance of public order and police forces are matters of state list. However, criminal law forms part of the concurrent list and national security comes under the domains of the union list. Also, not every criminal offence in the Act is a threat to national security and sovereignty, and states have the competence to deal with the same. The amendment bill puts Section 66F of the Information Technology Act into the schedule listing offences, and Section 66F deals with cyber terrorism, but India does not have a Data Protection Act and there is no definition of cyber terrorism. The amendment to the NIA Act also gives the agency authority to investigate crimes committed by persons who are against Indian citizens or affecting the interest of India. However, the term affecting the interest of India is undefined and can be misused by governments to curb freedom of speech and expression. Further, the laws do not mention affecting the interest of India as an offence. We will end our discussion with a way forward. Maintaining balance between the fundamental freedoms and the interest of the state by drawing the line between individual freedom and state obligation to provide security is a case of classical dilemma, and it is up to the officers to ensure professional integrity, follow the principle of objectivity, and avoid any misuse. Terrorism is undoubtedly a big threat and must be tackled with stringent counter-terrorism laws, but it should not be used arbitrarily and must be used with caution. There is a great role for the judiciary here to carefully examine the cases of alleged misuse. Hence, arbitrariness and subjectivity under the law should be checked through judicial review. That's all for today. Stay tuned for the next video. Stay home, stay safe.